Good morning, Tigers. This is guided reading for tigers. Creepy, crawly caterpillars. Lesson 128, Day 2, and the date is Tuesday, March 31st, 2020. These are the supplies you will need for today's lesson. If your family has a pad of sticky notes, you will need some today. If you don't have sticky notes, don't worry, friends. You can just follow along with me on the screen and watch. But if you do have sticky notes, get them out. You'll need 4 sticky notes today. You'll also need your pencil and your book. You can pause the video here until you're ready with your supplies, or I'll give you a few minutes. Actually, I'll give you a few seconds. How about that? All right. We're going to start today by introducing some new vocabulary. The new vocabulary, friends, is here on the left. The words are, read them with me, please. Sheds, stage, chrysalis. The CH in chrysalis makes the K sound. The same way it sounds in Christmas and Christ, the CH can make the K sound also, like in chrysalis. Let's read them one more time. Sheds, stage, chrysalis. Good job. Let's turn to page 14 and try to find the word sheds. All right, on page 14. Do you see the word sheds in your book? I do too. It's nice and dark. That tells me it's an important word, and I probably should pay attention to it. Let's go ahead and read the sentence that has the word sheds in it. Read it with me, please. When it gets too big, it sheds its skin. And looking at the picture, friends, when it says sheds its skin, what do you think that means? I'm listening. Okay, if you said sheds means it gets rid of its skin or takes it off, you're right. Good job. All right, now let's go to the next word, stage, and the last word, chrysalis. Those can be found on page 16. All right, let's go ahead and look and see if we can find the word stage. Stage. Do you see it? It's right there. What about the word chrysalis? Yes, it's at the end, isn't it, of that page. Did you notice stage is not dark, but chrysalis is? That's interesting, isn't it? They must think that chrysalis is a little more important than the word stage. Since this page is not very long, let's read this page together. Changing shape. During the next stage in a caterpillar's life, a hard shell begins to form around it. This is called A chrysalis. Good job. So what do you think the word stage means during the next stage? I'm listening. Could you use the word part during the next part in a caterpillar's life? Maybe. Could you use the word time during the next time in a caterpillar's life? Maybe. Let's move to the end to chrysalis. The answer to what a chrysalis is right above in this sentence. Say it with me. A hard shell is a chrysalis. Super cool, isn't it? I love it. Good job, friends. All right, one of the things that we are looking at today are those text features we talked about yesterday. The two text features we reviewed yesterday were diagrams and more to explore boxes. I believe our diagram, can you find that page with the diagram? There it is. Page 4. We talked about how diagrams are a picture with parts to the picture labeled with words that tell us the different parts. You'll see a lot of diagrams in science books and when you are doing science projects or experiments. Diagrams are very popular. We've done diagrams in our class, haven't we? The next text feature that we talked about yesterday were more to explore boxes. More to explore boxes have that world with a magnifying glass, kind of like on this page. Do you see that right here? More to explore. These text boxes are going to give you more information about whatever is on that page. Maybe a fact, maybe extra information, maybe something you didn't know before. It's kind of like digging deeper or looking closer. More to explore. Let's read this text feature, this more to explore box together. Here is a monarch caterpillar. It likes to eat milkweed. Oh, there's a compound word. Milkweed, milkweed. Pretty cool. Very good. The next text feature we're going to talk about is something called a fold out. A fold out in your book can be found at the towards the end on pages 18 and 19. There's a fold out. A fold out, friends, is when you have an entire page that opens up or folds out to show you more information. Usually in a fold out, you see some really great pictures or some really great information inside that's interesting, bold, beautiful, colorful, interesting. If they're going to make something special like a fold out, it's usually because there's something pretty awesome inside. The fold out you see in your book today is labeled, read it with me, Life Cycles of Caterpillars. Let's read the heading of each column together. Eastern black swallowtail butterfly. And it shows you how he changes. Let's go to the next column. Giant peacock moth. Whoa, that's interesting, isn't it? Let's go to the next one. Map butterfly. Awesome. And the next column, read it with me, friends. Silkworm. Silk moth. Very good. And the last column, hummingbird hawk moth. Very interesting. What it's showing us is the life cycle of each caterpillar and the changes that they go through and how they experience That big M word. What's it called? Metamorphosis. Very good. All right. Yesterday, I said that our comprehension focus was going to be asking why questions. And this is where you're going to need those Post-it notes. So if you have your Post-it notes, I want you to get those 4 notes out now and get ready to use them. Again, if you don't have Post-it notes, don't worry. You can just watch me use mine. All right, you might be wondering, why does Mrs. Trana have these 4 numbers on her board? Those are the pages we're going to stick these 4 notes to. So let's start at the top. Let's go to page 4 in our book. There's our page 4. I'll take my sticky note and I'll put it right on the page. Now, we're going to read this page together, and I want you to be thinking, what kind of a question could you ask about this page that starts with the word why? We're asking why questions today, okay? So be thinking about a question you could write or say that starts with the word why. Let's read the book together. Here we go. Parts of a caterpillar. Caterpillars come in many shapes, sizes, and colors. Some are hairy and some are smooth. But their bodies all have 3 parts. Can you think of a question we could ask about this page? I'm listening. One of the questions I wanted to ask is, why are some caterpillars brightly colored and others are not? Why are some caterpillars brightly colored? Ooh, ran out of room. And I'm asking a question, so I'm going to write my question mark. You could copy teachers, or you can write your own why question. I'll give you a few moments to write your own or copy mine. All right, let's go to page 8 now. Page 8. And on this page, put another sticky note on this page if you have one, and write the word why. We're asking why questions today. So get your Post-it ready. Let's read this page, and I want you to be thinking about a question you could ask that starts with the word why. Here we go. Some caterpillars have big spots on them that look like large eyes. These are called eye spots. Their eye spots make them look like they have the face of a much bigger animal. The eye spots can scare away some predators. Can you think of a why question you would like to ask? I'm listening. Okay. I'm thinking of a question. Why do they want to scare away predators? You can write your question on your Post-it note if your question is different, or you can write with me. I'll give you a few minutes or a few moments to finish your question or copy mine. All right, let's move on. Let's go on to page 12. Grab that other Post-it note. All right, stick it right on there if you have one. Write the word Y. I'm even making sure my Y has a capital W because it's the beginning